Hey you guys, Lysandro here, and today I want to talk about something in particular. So, today I want to talk about it's someone I knew, and honestly, well, actually, I really don't care if this person watches or not. But here's the thing about this person. So this person, I met them like probably like about a year after I transferred to U of H. Not at not at U of H, a U of H campus, but online. And the reason this happened is pretty much because as most of y'all know, I used to play on a gaming server. I'm not gonna go into details what this game is or anything, but I used to play on game server, and long story short, I pretty much met them through there and all. Um, and the thing is that here's the thing. When I met this person, he was like this. This person was pretty cool and all, and everything. Of course, like naturally, like when I talk with people, I don't go off the bat and just like open up or anything. Unless, of course, it's special instances or things like that in which you're it's a certain how do you say, a certain friendship that actually how do you say, in which you'll have a lot of things in common and things like that and all, and they'll pretty much trust each other like brothers and all. But of course, I just like always, I don't trust people right off the bat and everything. It's just something I recommend to a lot of people. Unless you really trust the person or really know the person really well, or anything, I suggest you don't trust them. You suggest you go the gradual route, like it usually is with a lot of people. But anyway, so this person pretty much had when I met him had a lot of issues, things here and there and all. And the thing is that around the time one of the things they told me is that he was having trouble in school and he was getting picked on and everything. Well, not necessarily picked on, but pretty much getting into fights, and always this person always ended up losing and all. And it kept on, and I just pretty much gave him advice and everything. Uh, um, and the thing is, I wouldn't say this person was intimidated, but um, I would say this person pretty much had to like find evasive ways and all to pretty much get away from this person, up to the point where eventually he found a way to resolve his issues and everything. I wouldn't say because of my advice or anything, but eventually this person um, found their way around to get around the issues, to resolve the issues, and everything went fine and everything. Little by little, started trusting little by bit, but I never really revealed that many personal things, and if I did over time, it was pretty much like little things, not deeply personal things or anything like that. And I met this person and a friend of his, and the thing is that everything started out fine, but later on, the following years, this person started having issues, started having problems, started having a bunch of problems, and it got to a point where it's just like frustration, things like that. And the deal is that eventually it got to a point where this person pretty much just for some legal reason, I'm not gonna disclose what, pretty much ended up in jail. I didn't hear from this person, and I was kind of concerned. I spent time trying to get a hold of them and everything, and eventually I did, and this person explained what happened and stuff like that, and pretty much got sick while this person was there, but something started happening over time, like they started get this person started becoming a little bit dishonest. Like for example, some things I would let slide, but it got started getting more and more up until the point where it's just like pretty much did things however this person wanted and everything. Then things started happening, which pretty much like clash in different concepts, different opinions, things like that, and in different thing, and pretty much the deal is that it wasn't only clashing in different like philosophical or moral or ethical concepts, politics or anything like that. It started. It's something I say it was something dark that started growing. That I should have kept an eye on. And I should have kept in check. And I guess this is one of the flaws that I have when it comes to meeting new people. Uh, I'm not aware of like a lot of little changes that eventually grow up to become bigger problems. But anyway, getting back to the point, it started clashing into things like, and some of the things were just born out of this person's ignorance, because if this because this person had their concepts about, let's say, a particular topic, and a lot of the times there were topics that I was very familiar with. Why? Because in reality there were things that I knew because I went to school for them. I went to actually knew a lot of the stuff, in regard to what they're talking, and they have very big misconceptions. Now, one thing I have always said is to pretty much there are subjective concepts and objective concepts. Now, the subjectives, they're dismissible. You can pretty much believe whatever random concept that comes to your mind. Although people may look at you different or not, is still a subjective concept, um, even though people like may question you morally and all, that's their concept. They have no like solid basis to question you, except like their comparison based on their own perception, unless of course it's something uh, really way off, and even then there's no like solid premises to question your concepts based on the um, subjective stance of where you stand on this topic. However, when it comes to objective concepts, then you get into a little bit much stricter area in which things are either or either in one way because of the exact nature of that thing, and and fast forward, that's an argument he tried to use. This person tried to use against me to pretty much debunk what I was trying to say and all, and that's something else. The We used to conversate about things. I used to correct him on different things, and I guess he got tired of like being put down as wrong and all that. And the thing is that here's the thing: um, if you're in subjective notions, you that's fine and all. This that's fine. That's dismissible. But when it comes to like things that are you have a solid premise on, you can't do that. And the thing is that if you're wrong, you're always going to be wrong in that sense because of the objective nature of what you're describing. And the thing is that the deal was this that he tried to compare it, and you said that example of whether things are right or wrong, and pretty much I explained to him the whole comparison of subjective concept and objective concepts. And the thing is that there were many times in which I like debunk a lot of the stuff. Why? Because um, this person made a lot of mistakes in what they were saying, a lot of mistakes, and of course, um, pretty much this person said that because of the fact that uh, this person had gone out and learned a lot. But the question is, learn what? Learn exactly what? And let's just kind of roughly estimate 1 year. Okay. What question? What can you possibly learn in 1 year? Even if you um, extensively studied and all, it's a limited amount in which you could be receptive. Of course, you have to in 1 year's time. Let's say you minimally. Let's say you do an all nighter or anything like that. Okay. Out of that time, you have to discount how much time you sleep. That's a let's just say you let's just say that you only slept 4 hours. Okay, and of course, if you count in like um, a couple of nights where you probably stay up or anything, but um, the thing is that it is very unlikely he spent time studying on anything at all. Maybe like learning things out of interest and all, but it's unlikely that you spent that much time. Okay, so you discount the amount of time you sleep that out of that 1 year. Okay, then you have the time in which you do personal things, the time in which you eat, the time in which you do other stuff. And if you discount that, you pretty much have you have your leftover time in which you have the freedom to do whatever you want, and that's the amount of time you spend kind of like studying or learning or whatever. Okay, now let's compare that to someone who, let's say, spent like 10 years or more. Let's say going all the way back to let's say 2005 to 2016. That's um, 2016. That's like 11 years. And the thing is that you also have to consider something else: the intensity in which the receptiveness of a person, that's the receptiveness of the person, how well they learn things, how fast they do things, how intensive they're doing things, and various other things. Is that the thing with me is that I don't. There's various things that I learned really quick. One of them, one of my classes that some of the classes um, that I had in college, some of them I didn't even have to study that much. Now, it's an ill-advised thing to do that, but some of the things I learned it really quick. Why? Because I was really receptive to it. It's like I knew it really well. When it comes time take all the exams, three exams, midterms, finals. I just passed them with a really high grade because I understood it. Of course, I wasn't stupid not to study, of course. I actually like reviewed, like the basic reviews, things like that, to pretty much refresh my mind, which is something wise enough for you to do. But the thing is that all that all that compared to that little gap of time, like that you can squeeze in 1 year, that's nothing. That's apart from different things you learn, not only in college, but from people you learn, from people you talk to, the people you debate, people you meet, places you go, and so many lessons that you learn. There's no way you can compare anything like that. And the thing is that this is not boasting that, of course, that I am superior or anything like that. Because one of the things I learned is that a lot of the times you learn things by assuming you don't know nothing, that you have learned nothing, and that's pretty much the perspective I take a lot. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I do carry it away every now and then with other people when I'm argue, but it's nothing like the argument I had with this person. This person is just like pretty much like a bunch of rhetorics and stuff like that. Considering the friend he had him to pretty much defend his point of views and all, and which is he himself is also just stupid as well. Um, it's just like, and the thing is that it's one thing when you argue something and you how do you say, you argue something and you put your emotions behind it, and another thing when you put um logical and a logical reasoning, you put reasonable arguments, logical stances, and objective concepts into pretty much into the equation and all, rather than pragmatic assumptions. And the interesting thing about this person like did the very mistake I have seen numerous times, and the the mistake I'm referring to is how people debate subjective concept like if they're objective and vice versa. And it was easy to spot because I'd seen it many times. I'd seen it so many times. But the thing is that overall, it's just like one of the guys just that I was just talking, which is pretty much like just went away, and things got kind of critical and all. And why? Because pretty much this person thought that they were superior, thought they knew more and everything, simply because this person thought that they learned a lot. And the thing is that a lot of the time you learn more with patience rather than arguing. You learn more with granted, there's some things that you tend to be more receptive in debates and all, but a lot of the times, some of the things that you learn with patience, you tend to learn them a lot better. Some of the things that take the time to evaluate rather than just blur them out and all. But anyway, it got to that point, and eventually, I just stopped talking to them. I just didn't talk to them anymore. I didn't bother reasoning with them or anything. It's just like if as an investor, as a person who runs a business and all, I understand that that a lot of the times you have to get rid of things that are basically that are costly to you. In other words, I'm not a person that is gonna spend time on something that is essentially a lost cause and everything. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say in regard to that. In regard to in regard to this particular person, and the thing is that this is the last time I'm gonna reference this person at all, because in reality it's just pointless just referencing not just this guy but the other guy, the other guy that I used to talk to. It's just pointless. But anyway, guys, I guess this is all and everything. And anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.